What is up? Man, that song gets me fired up every time it's time to go. I am Cal, your host here for Ask DLF. It is Taco Tuesday. It is Waffle Wednesday. And the goal of this show is to answer all of your fantasy football questions, your dynasty questions, and maybe some other random questions that you might have. And we're going to help you dominate your leagues. It's time. We've got a game, real football, kind of, this Thursday. We are excited about that. It's time to get those rosters in order, make those trades, do those ad drops, whatever it is that you have questions for. Go ahead and leave it in the comments right there in the live chat on YouTube. It's the best place to do so. Today's episode is brought to you by DynastyLeagueFootball.com. He is Tyler. He is Addison. We are excited and ready to go and want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And it's red. If it's red right there, that means you are not subscribed yet and you need to subscribe. You need the thumbs up button because Addison is going to light up and get happy every single time, just like that. And there's so much to talk about, starting with some stuff that I know Tyler is fired up about. So I'm going to go ahead and hand the show over to him. Tyler, what are you fired up about today?
Oh, well, there are many things. But, I will start by saying I did. Hey, I don't think this is what you thought I was going to talk about. I did a 25-minute show alone on my own channel about Deshaun Watson and all of the things that, he did. I think that's still the big news. I know there was a lot of other news today. We will get to that. But, Deshaun Watson's 6-game joke of a suspension, I think, is the big news. And I think he should have been suspended for a full year. But I think the main point is that I'll never let it go. I'll never let it go. Never. I'll never let it go. We in this society have ignored sexual assault and put profits and money, which I've said that the NFL does constantly, ahead of what's right for years. Way longer than my 27 years. And I'm never going to let it go. If you read Judge Robinson's decision, she made it very clear that she thinks that Deshaun Watson is guilty. You can go read the decision. I mean, she said it's the most egregious sexual assault conduct in the history of, this disciplinary process. So when we talk about it moving forward, look, am I going to talk about Deshaun Watson again in terms of fantasy value? Yes. Will I answer your questions about it in terms of dynasty value? Yes. But just remember that my opinion about the Deshaun Watson, the person, hasn't changed. It won't change. But I can help you guys win your fantasy leagues without changing my opinion about Deshaun Watson, the person. But, I will say that I suggest you go watch the 25-minute version of that because we're not going to do that here. But, that's what I wanted to say. And I just think that we sometimes turn too quickly to football, too quickly to profits, too quickly to fantasy football. And, this is the, I think that that's a little bit sad. And, I just wanted to say that before we got into analyzing the dynasty impact, which we are going to do. We are going to do that. And I promise we will.
You can go check that out on Tyler's channel. And if you have watched this show before, Ask DLF, the point of this show here is to answer those dynasty questions that you have. And welcome back. So you already know what we're going to do. If not, you can ask questions in the same way that Alex did right here as he got in first. This says 10:13 a.m. That's the longest I've seen.
That's a record. That is a record, I will say.
Usually it gets erased before then. I don't understand how this one stayed, but hey, good for you, Alex. It stayed on there. And he wants to know, with a 12-team Superflex post-startup rebuild, moved all running backs and most wide receivers for 623 first, 423 seconds, and 324 first. Not bad. Devonta Smith, Sky Moore, Wandale, Tony remaining besides QB. Keep acquiring 23 picks, or with the roster be too bare? What do you think, Addison?
Go ahead.
Keep doing what you want to do. If you get good value for these players, I would trade Sky Moore for a 23 first. I think I'd trade.
Can
Tony
you do that
for
though?
one. I don't know if you could, but I'm saying if that offer was presented to you, don't stop just because your roster might be too bare, right? If the value's there, then go for it. I mean, obviously, you still have to field a competitive roster. We're now in August, so that actually starts creeping up a little bit more throughout the remainder of the month, like actually thinking about your starting lineup.
Absolutely.
But you have to field a roster. But as long as you're able to field a starting lineup and you're getting proper value for these players, then I'm not stopping if you can.
Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, Sky Moore, I would say just keep an eye on it. He left practice early today with a hip, so the
He
hip injury is
tweeted that he was
not great.
fine, or said on Instagram.
Yeah, so if he's fine, then it just just always keep an eye on these things. And I'm sure we'll talk about Tim Patrick later, for an example. But as for these players, I don't know. I mean, you can sell them if you want, but what can you get? They're not really sells. I mean, Tony maybe. But
I don't think any of them are necessarily like build your team around type players.
No.
So yeah, I mean, I think if you can get more, don't stop now. And yeah, I'm with Addison. Go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. And last thing you want to do is leave enough points on your roster that you don't get Bijan. If you're already all this way, all in already, keep going.
Yeah, so, I agree with that.
These are good players to have in a rebuild, though. Like, I don't think there's any real need to have to sell now. Like, there's not like a real pressure, Like, I think these guys are fine to take into the season, and if Kadarius Toney starts showing out, sell him then. If Wandale builds a role in the same offense, sell him then. Maybe Sky Moore turns into the wide receiver 1 for Kansas City, and he's like the next, I don't know, Justin Jefferson or something like that. Then you have an asset.
That is very unlikely.
These things can happen, and it's just they're not the worst things in the world to just hold and see what happens.
Yeah. I know.
Also, he says he's strong at quarterback: Murray, Watson, and Lance.
Nice.
I mean, I think these are quarterbacks you build around too. So I mean, that's I think keep that if you can. Corey, here we go. Time to get somber. Noise about Tim Patrick is awful. Yes, it is. But since he's out for the season, what do we think about KJ Hamler? How far up do you move him in the rankings? And what is his trade value? Love the show. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate that. Tyler, have you moved up KJ Hamler in the wake of this Tim Patrick news?
I mean, I did. Now he's a sell, obviously. I don't want him at all. Was terrible prospect. Terrible. And has done nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing
terrible
at all.
Prospect? Was he?
Pretty much. Yeah, I was not in on him. I mean, I was not in at all. I didn't see anything I liked coming in. And I didn't like him. I think he was overdrafted. I wouldn't have spent a second-round pick. For me, I think I would have spent a fourth-round pick on him if I were an NFL team. That's what I thought he was worth. And he's proved that he's not worth anything. And now I will say, I do like, KJ Hamler, the person, put out some very interesting content about mental health on his Twitter, an interview he did with the media. I might go watch that. I thought that was very interesting. But KJ Hamler, the player, is just a situational deep threat, not something that you're never going to want to start him in fantasy. I don't want him. So I will gladly take, what can you get? A couple of thirds? He's gone for sure. 1/3. I feel like he can do better than that, but a couple of thirds, I know he's gone for me. Sure.
Addison, was he a terrible prospect?
What was good about him? Why don't you tell the people
then? He was a second-round pick. That was
okay. So that's the only thing that was good about him. What was there anything else?
He broke out at age 19.
Mm-hmm.
He's 76th percentile college target share. 60th percentile college dominator. I mean, it's not like he was terrible. Mr. Penn State, by the way.
He was not good.
Yeah, Tyler hates Penn State players, is what we've been finding out over the past.
I like Chris Godwin.
That's right.
That's about it. Do you like Freiermuth?
I do.
Okay. All right.
I do. So it's not everybody.
All right. Do you like Dotson?
Not as much as you.
No.
Overdrafted for sure, Dotson.
At 16, I agree.
Yeah, he was about 40 to me. That would have been fair.
Yeah, he was in there.
Yeah, early second would have been good.
As for KJ Hamler, I'm personally excited because I think that he could show that he does have some a really good deep threat talent. I do agree there that is kind of his role and his niche as a deep threat guy. I I mean, if somebody's paying 2/3 for him, I would sell him for 2/3. I do agree with that. I'm just excited for KJ as a Penn State guy because I did think that he was kind of overdrafted in a second. I was very surprised that he got second round draft capital. But overall, I'm just excited for him to have an opportunity. But for fantasy, I don't know really what is going to happen. I mean, he kind of got buried on the depth chart just with all the draft picks that, they had Jerry Jeudy since then. And then he, KJ got hurt. And then they also drafted Albert O and then Greg Dulcich. It just seems like they're constantly adding to this offense and they never want to give KJ the spotlight. So, it's for fantasy, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, I think he 4.27 in his pro day, man. He's flying. He's speed.
He was a fun player. He was part of the reason why Dotson took a while to break out as well was because he was the focal point of the Penn State offense, and Dotson came whenever Dotson came in as a freshman and sophomore.
I mean, such a focal point. I mean, he never even had 1,000 yards. I mean, he topped out at 56 receptions. That's such a focal point. I mean, it's so great. It's so great. That sounds so good. It doesn't sound so good. It doesn't sound so good. It sounds like if he were better, he would have done more, but he didn't do more. And
if he was walking around saying "Let's ride" all the time, would that help?
Oh, that would help. But yeah, then I might consider him if he were, we're doing that.
Right. Just wait. We're gonna hear news that he's been eating pancakes and waffles.
That's right.
Russell Wilson.
He's been riding.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear that.
Do what Henry does if you want to win fantasy leagues, and part of that is smashing the like button. Make sure that you do that here on this video. Sean chimes in, says, "What's up? What's up, Sean? Appreciate you tuning in and appreciate the question." He made a big boy deal. He says, traded 4 2023 first. Check out this return. Najee, Cup, McLaurin. What do you think? 10-team Superflex.
I mean, the players were more than that, but would I actually do this? Probably not. This is not what I do.
Yeah, I like the players. I'm amazed that you got 4 2023 first to then move them and cash them all in for Najee, Cup, and McLaurin. I'd take the players, but man, that's a deal you don't see done every day.
No, you don't.
Sure.
Yeah, you really don't. I wonder what the trade finder or the trade analyzer would say about this deal. Probably lean the player side, huh?
I bet you it's going to lean out that you kind of got a free McLaurin ish. That'd probably be where I would.
I'm going to run that through here while we move on here to Raynard's question. Raynard, Blendman, 10-man, PPR, 1 QB, Jameson Williams, or a late 23 first and a 25 second. 10-man league.
Picks.
Yeah, picks for sure. I would take any 23 first over Jameson Williams.
Are you worried about Jameson Williams right now?
Yes.
I was worried about him before he got drafted by the Lions. So, yeah.
Is it surprising that he's struggling right now, though, to get back? I mean, I feel like this was expected.
I gave you a guess, but I still hoped I would be wrong.
It was mid-January, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this year.
But he's young.
So it's been 7 months since I think he tore his ACL in mid-January, but was he the one that I think I remember he didn't actually get surgery until February?
It was Gallup.
Yeah, that's Gallup. Gallup had to do PT before he had surgery. Okay. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
But you nailed it. It was basically a free Terry McLaurin on this. Almost like you set these apps up or something. Ryan Pros chimes in. Steelers never pay wide receivers, and that's just a fact. They are far apart in the contract. With that in mind, where would you like to see Deontay go? Tyler, before anybody else does it, no, Green Bay is never trading for a wide receiver. It's not going to happen.
Why not?
They never do. We connect every wide receiver to them, and it never happens.
Maybe this time will be different. This time will be different. I think it would be a big move.
Charlie Brown. That's the Charlie Brown of the football right there. It's never happening.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's going to be traded. So the Steelers play hardball.
Do they never pay wide receivers though? I mean, they didn't pay
Antonio Brown.
I mean, you pay Antonio Brown.
I mean, Hines Ward, like
that was a long time ago, though. That wasn't
Mike Wallace did not get paid. Manny Sanders did not get paid. I mean, like Martavis Bryant, like got weeded out of the NFL.
Yeah, they really haven't in a while.
Like all those situations are like
Juju got paid on a friendly deal.
Yeah, no, they really haven't. I mean, Mike Wallace was not like Mike Wallace was good, and they still let him walk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
it's really just been Antonio Brown, and you keep Antonio Brown when he's producing like 1,500.
They didn't pay Santonio Holmes either.
Oh, there's another one.
But yeah, so no, the only receiver they paid is Antonio Brown. That just should tell you how good Antonio Brown was. The only one that they paid. Everyone else walked after their rookie deal, or Juju got one extra year and then walked. But they didn't sign anyone.
I'll say I want him to go to the Jaguars.
Jaguars? No. I'm good on that one.
Him and Trevor Lawrence. Come on. Nah. What's the worst place? Is it Chicago?
Jaguars.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to go to the Bears. I mean, the Bears are the worst place for anything. But then I would stop criticizing them as much if they actually did something competent for once. But they won't do that. They don't know how to do it.
He could go to New England. That'd be kind of good.
Well, that would be.
I think it'd be fine.
Awful. No, it
would be better than Jacksonville.
No, it wouldn't. I'd much rather him go to Jacksonville.
Great.
I don't want to go to New England.
I mean, if you could just go place him anywhere, it would be Kansas City, right? I mean, that's
yes, but you know, if you have carte blanche, like sure. I don't know.
Nolan Wild with the Cowboys wide receiver core falling apart. What's the value of Dalton Schultz in a non-tight end premium league? What are some deals you would send out? Before you say anything, I just want to remind everybody, if you go to the draft live, we were there when Jalen Tolbert got drafted. I was the Jalen Tolbert guy. Okay. I was first. No one else can make that claim. It was me.
Actually, I'll make that claim.
No.
Yes. No, I was very in on
everybody
Jalen Tolbert
fought me on it. I was like, he can produce in year one. And I was like, what?
It's funny. This is what was nice about doing the show on my own channel. On my own channel, nobody ever fights with me. It's nice. Here you guys will yell back at me.
Yeah. So Dalton Schultz value. What do you think?
I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, how often do you see Dalton Schultz traded?
Yeah, I was looking through the trade finder for some Dalton Schultz trades, and he got traded for 3 third-round picks in one league.
Oh, Schultz there.
204, 303.
Schultz there too.
I don't know if any of these are premium or not. I'm just assuming that most of
that matters so much. So it's like
Damian Harris.
Take Schultz there.
Claypool.
I'll take Claypool, I guess.
Kamara and Dalton Schultz or Kyle Pitts.
I'll take Kyle Pitts.
Schultz in a 23 second and an additional unknown asset, which is either Fab or a Devi pick.
For what?
For Schultz.
Oh, meh. Whatever.
Yeah, it depends on what that is. But probably Schultz. I mean, Schultz had 104 targets last year, and it feels like he's in a good position to match that or exceed it, right?
Yeah, maybe.
If you had to say over under 100 targets, what would you say, Tyler?
I'll say over, I guess.
Over.
You were in on Schultz early, but when everybody was going Darwin, you were in on Schultz.
Very early. Yeah, very early. But yeah, I think now it's the pendulum swung the other way.
Everybody's
too confident.
Schultz or Hawkinson, Addison?
It's an easy question.
Why is it easy?
Because one of those two players is actually more than just kind of a guy. Schultz is just a guy. If you put Schultz on another team, he would suck. He's scheme dependent.
But he's on the Cowboys right now. It's kind
Sure.
of like Zach Ertz a few
And
years
there is
ago,
and they franchise tagged him and didn't reach a long-term agreement. Dalton Schultz is just another Austin Hooper. That's all he is. He's not better. He's not better. He's not better than Austin Hooper was on the Falcons. Go back and look at the numbers. He's not better. If anything, Austin Hooper had a much longer track record and was better for a longer period of time. So
Hooper got traded into a scheme that
right. But what I'm saying is that
produce
in terms of talent, there's no difference between those two players. And once the situation was, there's no difference, zero. So once the situation became bad for a player who's just okay, the fantasy points went away. I think TJ Hawkinson is far more than just okay. That's my opinion.
I do agree with that.
They're closer than I would want to admit.
I would take Hawkinson over, but I love the ability, if you already have Hawkinson, to trade for Schultz plus.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I would caution people against doing that.
I like it. Henry joined 2 more Dynasty startups, making it 5 this year after not joining one since 2016. Yet somehow Drew picks 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Are you kidding me with that? It's horrible.
Yeah, that is bad. You don't get a quarterback. Super flex.
Getting out of that top 7, you just got to hope somebody falls to you there.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, a wide receiver, JT, gets taken.
Yep. James Flatley. Hey guys, 10-team Superflex Dynasty League, no tight end premium, full PPR. I have Aaron Jones and a good team. Wondering if I should take this trade now or wait. He follows up and says he gives Aaron Jones, receives a 23 first, 23 second, 24 first, and a 24 second. Hurry up and accept this one, James.
Yeah, accept that one.
This is about a first and a second, and probably a first and 2 seconds too much.
It's way too much. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. That's easy.
I do think. Do you think it's possible you get more for him in season, or just don't risk it? Not obviously you're taking this, but I just mean like if somebody offers you a 23 first,
I won't. I'll just take it.
You just take it.
If somebody's offering me a 23 first now, I'm just taking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If somebody was saying I'll give you 2 seconds, I might hold out for a first in season.
There you go. That's a good. I like that. Nick Cal, good last name. Dynasty trade. I'm competing. I'll send James Conner and receive Antonio Gibson, half PPR.
I'll take Gibson. I guess. I mean, Gibson's worth a lot more, but
yeah,
I'll take.
I'll take Gibson.
I'll take Gibson, and just a reminder that James Conner and Todd Gurley are the same age.
Not exactly the same age.
Yes, they're both 27 years old right now.
Well, sure, but Todd Gurley is what? August 94, and James Conner is
There's no 27.
Yeah, but they're slightly different. Todd Gurley turns 28 in like a few weeks.
All right, but Todd Gurley is like about to be inducted in the Hall of Fame, and James Conner.
Sure, I mean, yeah, no. Todd Gurley is I don't know what Todd Gurley is. I think it's August 16th, 94 or something. James Conner, I think, is May in 95. I don't know.
James,
and my age knowledge is not what it
August
was.
3rd. It's tomorrow.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
that's my anniversary. 15 years. 15 years.
Anniversary. Congratulations. I had the right month and year.
Thoughts? Oh, yeah. We talked about KJ Hamler already. Tyler hates his guts because he went to Penn State, I think is what we found out.
The primary reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Saquon Barkley 3 years ago.
Who did Drew Plitt play for?
Don't know who that is.
I've never heard of Drew Plitt. I don't think this is a real person.
Yeah, that's not a real person.
If you told me that this was like a hockey player, I'd believe you.
That's not a real person.
Drew Plitt.
That's not a real person.
This sounds like the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
No, he plays for
I don't know.
That's he went to Ball State, and he's a rookie.
Okay. Who's he play for?
The Bengals.
The Bengals. All right.
He went to Ball State and has his career best season was he's a 5-year player at Ball State. Best season was in 2019, 2,900 yards and 24 touchdowns.
Yeah, I've literally never heard of him.
Attaboy, Drew. Eric, what's up, Eric? How's that baby doing? How much would you need on top of AJ Dillon to move off Kirk Cousins in 12-team super flex? Interesting.
A
Oh man, I gotta.
Like, it's weird. I mean, a first is too much. But
I went to a 24 first. Is that too much still?
Yeah, I mean, I
Because
would take
I
it.
think a second's not doing it.
I would take it. If I had Cousins and I could get Dylan in a 24 first, I would take it. But
Would it be mostly because you're interested in the first, though? Like, I don't feel like
I'm interested in Dylan.
I'm not super interested in Dylan.
I'm not interested in Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
Not
I think
really.
he's in for a career year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This new offense is about to be fun.
Would you trade? Let's see. Would you trade? Let me see
Dylan
here.
plus
Kirk Cousins for a 24 first and 23 second.
I feel like I just keep Cousins.
Nah. Okay. All right. He's 33. I feel like Cousins
34, or he will be.
Yeah.
His birthday's in the summer somewhere.
He's solid though. He's one of those that you're not like you're not excited he's on your roster, but he's going to score your points and you're going to be glad you have him. More KJ Hamler talk. Let's see. I don't know about trade value. Ridley Truther, what's up there? Appreciate you tuning in. Hey guys, trying to move some DK shares and get one or two of these 22 first round rookie wide receivers in a 12 team super flex PPR, 2 tight end premium, DK or Drake London, who is a Twitter clip superstar right now, plus a 23 second. Does that feel too low for DK? I think so.
It's too low. I'll take DK.
I think according to Superflex ADP, the second's on the wrong side.
What?
Hold on. Let me verify this because Peter Howard has been going crazy about this on Twitter.
That's ridiculous.
Drake London in Superflex. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Metcalf is 9. London is 13 in July Superflex ADP.
That still feels really close.
In 1QB ADP, it's 11 and 16.
Yeah, I have.
Even 25 yet?
No, he turns 25 in December.
But London's young too. But
I have DK at 7 and London at 17.
Yeah.
So I don't agree.
Yeah, I'd take DK.
DK for sure.
Boy, we overreact to
feel like I said
in Dynasty so much.
I feel like I answered this before, like 3 weeks ago in like a comments section, and I picked the London side. What was my reasoning for that?
No consistency. No consistency. It's
I think my reasoning was that they're in the same situation, so I'll hit the reset button on age.
Right, they're in a very similar situation where one player has produced significantly in the NFL and the other's done nothing at all. Those two players have so much in common.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Brett Coatney or Jalen Guyton and Marquez Callaway roster cloggers drop for Abram Smith or Kennedy Brooks.
Absolutely. I'd rather have Kennedy Brooks.
I'd rather have Kennedy Brooks as well.
But yes.
Yeah. Both are apps. You're never gonna feel like, man, this is a great week to start Jalen Guyton. Like never.
No, never.
I picked him up 2 years in a row. Actually, I picked him up in 2020 and 2021 to play for like 1 week when Keenan Allen was out. And then I swiftly dropped him right back after that.
You want a prize?
I do, kind of, because I picked the 1 week where he had like a 60-yard touchdown. I was pretty happy about it.
People are fired up about KJ Hamler,
as they should be.
Why?
Because he's fun.
Okay, I like winning. Winning is fun.
Every week in KJ Hamler's final season, I always tweeted out, I love KJ Hamler because he always did something that was fantastic. Like returned a punt for a touchdown or like caught like an 80-yard bomb and like changed the game. To
me, fantastic would be if he scored me a lot of fantasy points.
Yeah, I get that, but I just want to have fun, Tyler. Just let me have fun.
Winning is fun.
Could
he have like a Mike Wallace-esque season?
No.
No. Tyler Lockett 2.0.
No. There we go. He has nothing in common with Tyler Lockett.
They're
He's
both
faster.
fast and small.
That's it.
And being thrown by Russell Wilson at some point.
I see. Okay.
Dawson Knox plus a 23 first plus 202, or Mark Andrews in a 12-team Superflex standard scoring, no tight end premium. Are we at the point where that standard scoring we assume means PPR or no?
For me, I mean,
think
it
so.
does.
All right.
I think so. I'm taking Andrews.
Yeah, I'll take Andrews.
Dawson Knox is
over the 23 first.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, what in non-tight end premium?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so.
When Lamar Jackson throws the ball 430 times this year,
with like 120 of them going to Andrews.
I'll still take Andrews. It's not crazy. But I'll take.
Would you do this deal for Pitts, Cal?
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. You answered my question. So
yes, I would.
You would do it for Mark Andrews too.
I love Mark Andrews. I don't know about the volume. That's all. I mean, the year before he wasn't good. Like we got to steal him.
I mean, he wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, he was being drafted pretty late. Like really disappointing the year before, wasn't he? Am I misremembering that?
I mean,
hasn't he been a top 5 guy the last like 3 years?
I mean, in 2020, he was. He was not. He didn't take.
Yeah,
he didn't take the step forward that people wanted.
He
was not
targets.
bad.
88 targets, 701 yards. He was the number 4 fantasy tight end, but he scored 12 points a game. So he was not.
He regressed from 2019.
Kyle, it really
2020.
sounds like you're making my Kyle Pitts argument right here. Man,
no, Kyle Pitts is different.
Yeah, right. His 10 points per game last year were that's exactly what we wanted.
Are you
just wait for him to do it again with Marcus Mariota, because he's always been known to really elevate fantasy players.
How did you do with Delaney Walker?
Delaney Walker was not what we want Kyle Pitts to be.
I mean, Marcus Mariota.
Forget about that.
Now take Delaney Walker and make him a freak like Kyle Pitts. All he needs to do is score touchdowns.
I still think that it's possible that Jimmy Garoppolo could be starting games for them.
And then I might change my tune a little bit. But as for Marcus Mariota, don't really like it.
Ed Franz, taco time. Tyler, Addison, Cal on Tuesdays. There you go. Kevin's excited that Addison's in the house. Always exciting. Always fun. Sean chiming back in here. 12-team Superflex starts in. He's got Diggs, Goff, Jalen Tolbert, or Michael Pittman and Juju. Which side do you like, Tyler?
This is annoying. I'll take.
He wants to say the Juju side.
Yes, he does.
I'll take the Diggs side.
Addison.
Yeah.
I'll take Diggs as well. It's got the better wide receiver and the quarterback. Even though the quarterback might not mean much, but
yeah. Gosh. How likely is it we're taking Pittman over Diggs next year?
Not.
I don't know. Depends if Pittman really progresses or is the same.
Diggs is going to be almost 30.
Almost 30.
Yeah. They're going eight spots apart in wide receiver right now. I think we're going to take Pittman.
But Pittman has to actually do it. If he doesn't, then
sure.
Right. This is Terry McLaurin all over again.
Could be.
Maybe. Henry chimes back in. Drew picked 12. So he traded 201 and 312, 23 first for 103 and 303. Thoughts of good and bad. FFPC, 1 QB league. I wanted one of the big 3. Way to go get your guy, Henry. I like this. It's aggressive, and he was upset. He had drawn 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and he was like, no, I'm going and getting one of the big 3. Here's my trade. I would take that. Let's go get one of those. That's going to be irreplaceable.
For some reason, I thought in my head who was one of the big 3. Right? But
yeah, I think you figured it out.
I did, because I read that it was a 1 QB league. So
yeah.
But I consider it a big 2, and then a teardrop, and then
I've seen worse.
And then who?
a sizable one.
I've seen worse. I've seen
a
worse trades
teardrop.
than this. It's not that. I mean, it's honestly, it's fine.
I don't mind it. I like it.
So this would be like Michael Pittman, just according to ADP, Michael Pittman, Derrick Henry, and a first for Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb. Or Justin Jefferson, right? Jamar Chase, one of those. When you put names to it, it doesn't look close.
As in, you prefer...
Oh, I'm sorry. I went 212. I'm sorry. Hang on.
Yeah,
I did that
112. 112 is it's
sorry.
AJ Brown and Terry McLaurin and a 23 first for one of the big three and Nick Chubb or ETN.
I still think I'd want that side. Give me the player I can build around the most.
Yep. I like it. I'd do it.
Joe Von Sack, 10-man PPR, Superflex. They only rostered 2 quarterbacks. I don't like those leagues at all.
Me neither.
Don't
Wait,
do that.
how do you have a Superflex when you can
it's
only...
a Superflex with only 2 quarterbacks?
Wait, I'm very confused.
Don't do that. Yeah. I don't like it even if there's like, even if it's not Superflex. Like I don't like positional limits in any way.
I don't either. Someone tried to tell me that they were good, and I just said that they were wrong. They asked me to explain it, and I said that I don't think I should have to.
That's you don't need to explain why that's wrong. I think
this devalues QB by a lot. I think, right?
You're asking me a question about a league I'd refuse to play in.
I think it's an attempt to make quarterbacks even more valuable.
Well,
because you would need and the theory is that you would need quarterbacks that can play every single week.
Yeah, but
right.
My guess is they're doing it because they want to be able to pick up a quarterback off of the waiver wire. That's my guess.
But then you would have to drop a quarterback.
Right.
For so like if a team had Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray, and let's say they both are on the same bye week, you would have to then either take a 0 or drop one of them for a quarterback.
You're kind of disincentivized to roster them like that, right? Like,
I think I'd rather just play the waiver wire.
Yeah, have like Josh Allen and
then like play the wire with Goff and Baker and Davis Mills and
yeah,
maybe wait and see if somebody drops like Derek Carr or somebody like that, and then you just pick them up. I don't know.
All right,
we spent way too much time on that.
Yeah, should he trade Bateman and this year's 104 for Kyler Murray
in a normal Superflex? Yes. Yes.
My advice to you, Joe, is leave this league.
I agree.
You can't hang on to Watson in this league unless you're rebuilding, right?
This league, we spent way too much time on this league. Let's spend time on questions on leagues I would actually consider playing in.
Nicholas says, "What's up, DLF? What's up, Nicholas? Always appreciate you chiming in here. Always great questions from Nicholas. Remember that week everybody got mad because Nicholas asked like 100 questions?
Should have asked other questions.
Yeah. Keep it up, Nicholas. I'm saying like, yeah. All right. I'm in round 15 of my startup. I think he started it last week.
Oh, good.
He's in round 15
good.
now.
15 rounds in a week is not bad.
And it's getting tough to pick. Let's see. He's going to name some players so far that he got. Okay, here we go. 12 team Superflex, start 10, 1 QB, 1 Superflex spot, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 3 flex in round 15. Here's his team: Murray, Wilson, Mills, Willis, Javonte, Cook, Robinson, Deontay, Elijah Moore, Jameson Williams, Sky Moore, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Tolbert. I'd say really good so far, huh? Cole Kmet. And okay, here's who's available: Hunter Henry. Now look at that list. Who are you taking right here?
A lot of things. I mean, of these, I'm pretty sure I can cross-reference my rankings that I have Ronald Jones ranked the highest.
I was gonna say I think
that's what I have ranked the highest.
I think it's Ronald Jones.
Yeah, I mean,
the
that's
only other player I'd be, I think, remotely interested would just be Jarvis Landry, but that's not a pick I want to make.
I mean,
startup.
Michael Thomas looks like it. Not saying that Michael Thomas is going to be the old Michael Thomas, but Michael Thomas looks like he's going to play. If he plays, then Jarvis Landry is dead in the water.
I do a lot of work in my office on Wednesday nights and always end up tuning in to the Dynasty grind. And I think Peter and Zach have me convinced that Hunter Henry might be a thing.
Yeah,
so I think I go Hunter Henry.
Why? Why would you do that?
He's
going to be better this year than he was last year with more like target competition.
There's not a single player on this list that you can be confident in. So
he played 17 games and caught 50 passes. He's all yours. All yours. He got 9 touchdowns last year on those 50 passes. He is all yours. You draft him.
You have to pick somebody.
You draft him. You draft a player who has 17 games, 50 receptions, and he had 603 yards. You draft him because he had 9 touchdowns. He is all yours. Take him. He has never been a particularly efficient.
You take the guy that couldn't get snaps, couldn't get carries, couldn't get receptions.
Anyone else?
And Ronald
Hunter Henry.
Jones.
I mean, Hunter Henry. Honestly, I have ranked too high.
Ronald Jones is more of a disappointment than Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry, honestly, last year was one of his worst seasons ever. The only difference is that he happened to score 9 touchdowns last year, and was somehow he was better last year at touchdowns than he was in the previous years. He didn't have more targets, didn't have more receptions, didn't have more yards, and it took him more games to get to the inferior totals. But yeah, you draft him. I mean, he's all yours.
I will.
Take him.
Nicholas, that's what I would do. You got Cole Kmet.
They're so wrong. If they're giving the advice that Hunter Henry is a good play, I couldn't be worse advice.
You could draft Hunter Henry about 10 rounds later, and his name is Robert Tonyan.
I don't disagree with that.
It's the same player.
To a degree. I mean, if you had to tell me I had to draft one of them at their current cost, I would rather have Tonyan at his current cost.
I'm taking Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones is
I would also take Ronald
top
Jones.
20 running back without Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Well,
Ronald Jones can't beat out Isaiah Pacheco.
But Hunter Henry's not even my second choice on that list. He's not even my second choice.
No, neither is Hunter. He's not for me either.
Yeah.
Like Ronald Jones, I wouldn't draft for my friend's team.
Yeah, but Hunter Henry would not be who I'd consider then.
Who that dude says, do I trade Saquon for Austin Eckler in a PPR dynasty?
Yes, Austin Eckler's actually going to produce. Saquon might produce if we're in an alternative universe, but we don't live in that one. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in this one.
He hates Saquon. Where did Saquon go to school, Addison?
Penn State. He's always hating on Penn State players, man.
I mean, Addison, I like you, and
he's right.
Yeah, didn't you go to Penn State?
Jumping over an Iowa player. God.
Yeah, but Addison, I like you, so I don't hate everything about Penn State.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Although, keep it up, and maybe that'll change.
Scuba Steve, 12 team.
I love Addison.
Contending Lamar in the 23 second or Dak Connor in the 23 first.
Ooh.
I'll take Dak I'll take the Dak side.
Dak side.
That's a small tier down at quarterback, and you pick up a first.
Yeah, I'm with it. A Dak side for me.
Let's see.
I love when we agree. I don't know who this is referring to.
KJ.
This is KJ
also, Addison
Hamler running a 4.27. He broke out at age
Addison.
1.
Age 1. Dude,
he's a great
Addison. Tell the people. The people want to know what that is on the left side of your screen.
Oh, what, this thing?
Yeah.
I wish I could pick it up, but it has to be plugged in via USB and for it to work. But it's a YouTube subscriber counter. Here, I'll back up a little bit because my focus on my camera. So it says subscribers on it, and it's
that thing totals the YouTube subscribers.
Was custom made from somebody on Etsy. In the DLF, it's all wood, cut for the DLF logo, and it measures our YouTube subscribers. This is the coolest thing I've ever bought in my life.
I love it. Eric says, looks like Tyler made it. Guess Addison can't get away with any Saquon, CEH, or Juju propaganda.
I don't have my best stuff today, so I probably let him get away with it.
There may or may not be a video tomorrow.
I see.
Nicholas could also take Jelani Woods and those other type rookie tight ends like Dalton.
Nah, there were a lot of players on there.
Tells me Robert Tonyan is not available, by the way.
Well, I don't want Robert Tonyan.
He's not. He got taken over Hunter Henry.
I don't want
that's an
Robert
interesting
Tonyan,
league.
but let's
What's up, Ask DLF fam, and happy Taco Tuesday. George Pickens is looking impressive in camp. I know it's just camp. Does this matter? Does he get a bump up in your rankings?
Yes, I actually did move him up my rankings. Especially with Deontay Johnson not being there. So yes, I did move him up. I haven't moved him up much, but he's sliding up gradually. And I promised the people on the Patreon I will publish. It has been just I don't even want to get into it, but it's just been not the best. I don't even know how long, 3-4 weeks for me. So I will get those republished very soon, and that you will see that George Pickens is moving up. He's ahead of Juju now.
Let's go to the.
Yes. Well, I think so, because why wouldn't he be ahead of failure? Big failure. We want the unknown. We don't want 5 years of a lot of things, and now 3 years in a row, 3 straight failures. I don't want that. I don't want 3 years of failure.
He was like wide receiver 17 in 2020,
and he was vomit inducing. If you actually watch, vomit inducing on all of those games. Vomit inducing.
I don't
never
care.
Open.
I don't care about
never
what he looked
open,
like. He scored me fantasy points, and that was what.
Let's see if Patrick Mahomes throws to never open. I don't think.
Did you watch Juju's training camp highlight video?
Well, I don't care. Let's see if he can get open in the real game.
Downfield?
I want to see him get open in the real game. Let's see if he can do that. He hasn't been able to do that since 2018. He's never. I call him never open. Doo Smith Pooster. That's what he is, and we'll see. I'd much rather have George Pickens, someone much more exciting. I like excitement. I don't like failure. So we can't have that. So we'll take Pickens, and we'll take the bump on, or I guess the value. There was a value decline based on his off-field behavior, but it seems like he's behaving just fine right
now. He did have 128 targets in 2020. Like, it's not like he was never thrown to.
Who?
Juju.
Oh yes, and he was abysmal.
He's one of like 13 receivers in the past 10 years to have a season with over 90 receptions and more than 9 touchdowns.
Yes, he's one of the least talented, if not the least efficient receivers to put up those stats, if not the worst ever.
But if he's going to do it, who cares?
Oh, I care, because he's not going to do it again. When you get volume and you're putrid with it, the volume goes away in the future. That's how it works. When you're horrible, never open, eventually they stop throwing to you. And there's a reason nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him. He waited. It was a long time. Nobody wanted to pony up money for him. Well, and DJ Chark got more money than him, and DJ Chark is nothing.
Well, we can't judge everybody by whether or not they're getting paid more or less than DJ.
Oh, yes, I can. It's an open. I mean, I absolutely can. It's an open market. This is a market economy. The NFL free agency is a market economy. The market dictates what players are worth, and nobody wanted him. I think that says that the NFL was not interested in Juju Smith-Schuster. So I think that's fair to track that against him.
So then you agree with my point on Jameis Winston then?
One of the best wide receivers.
Well, Jameis Winston actually got a decent amount of money. I mean,
he had one team
compared to. I mean, it wasn't, but yeah, no. Do you think I'm in on Jameis Winston particularly?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. I just dislike Taysom Hill so much that I was in on. But I mean, for the year, I have Jameis Winston at where do I have Jameis Winston at? Yeah, I have him at quarterback 19. So if that's in, I guess, but I don't consider that to be particularly in. In Dynasty, I have him not high. I have him at 23, so maybe a little higher than some, but that's not in. That's saying I think he's bottom tier of the
George
starters.
Pickens or Jahan Dotson.
I still have Jahan Dotson one spot higher, but they're back to back in my rankings.
Addison.
Yeah, I had Pickens higher than Dotson pre-draft, and the draft capital and the situations kind of flipped them, but now Pickens has been rising up more and more, and I fear that Pickens is going to overtake Dotson pretty soon, especially if Deontay's not signed.
Pickens or
which
Christian
is going to
Watson?
fit with what I had before. One of these players actually did something in college.
Pickens or who?
Christian Watson.
I still have Christian Watson higher, but I don't think that's going to last.
Pickens or Sky Moore?
Sky Moore.
Pickens or Jamison Williams?
You're going the wrong way.
Jameson. Yeah.
Jameson Williams.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Damon says thoughts on Brevin Jordan. Levy came out today and said he is not the starter.
I mean, I don't know. There's been so much positive about Brevin Jordan, though. Like, there's been so much positive news about Brevin Jordan throughout the whole offseason that he's doing really well. So let's see. I'm not writing him off, but I didn't have Brevin Jordan that high.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, I didn't have him that high.
I don't care one way or another.
Brevin Jordan or Hunter Henry?
In what? Oh, Hunter Henry. I don't want Brevin Jordan, really.
And Robert Tonyan. I'll take him too.
Yeah. Brevin Jordan, to me, is like just a dart throw.
Corey says 12 team Superflex PPR non-side in premium start 10 DJ Chark, Christian Kirk, Cade Otton, or Juju and Pickens.
Juju and Pickens.
What?
Or actually, no. Let's put them in the right order. Pickens and Juju.
The Juju side.
My.
Pickens and Juju.
I would do this trade for Juju individually or Pickens individually.
I don't think I would.
I would.
I'd rather have Christian Kirk over either Juju or Pickens.
Ugh.
Man. Ugh. The people have heard enough Juju. I'll move on. Well, at a 12 team Superflex startup start 10. Any general strategies for moving around the board in terms of trading up and down? I know definitely don't fade quarterback. Quarterback's going to be the cheapest that they will ever be in the startup.
I would suggest I might do. This is an interesting one. This is, I think, a better. I know that. Pretty sure you're. One of my patrons. This is better for my Patreon show. I starred this. I'm going to do this in the article. This is a hard question to answer on a live show. This requires a lot of long paragraphs. But yeah, draft for value, trade for need. Don't fake quarterback. But on a show, I think that's all we're going to get on this one. It's not, this is a quick fire question, Joe. But I started. This is going in the article.
I generally don't like trading during startups. I don't know why.
I mean, we'll agree to disagree. Because I have a problem with that. I don't like understand. What do you mean you don't like trading?
No,
I just like to play Dynasty then.
No, I mean, I just don't really like trading during the whole pick thing is just so
it's so easy. That's when people do make their dumbest moves is during the startup because they want players. They have the ability at a certain draft pick that you have to get any player they want. They make their dumbest decisions at that time. So no, if you're not, I would like to trade as much as possible during a startup. That's where you can maximize your value. And it's a one-time opportunity. There isn't a second startup. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree. I would, trade a lot during startups would be my advice.
I know it's probably not the right answer, but I don't know why. I just generally don't like them.
Look, I mean, my biggest advice really is, and I haven't done one of these in a while, but if you sign up for my Patreon, I'll walk you through the startup. I haven't had a Patreon startup in a month or two. Nobody's decided to join on a team that's a new startup. I always give that as an option. But yeah, haven't had one in a while. So if you're interested, check it out, and I'll walk you through a startup. Walk you through how I would do it.
As a general strategy, I would just try to attach names to the trades and see if you still like them.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about
get you into trouble though. Acquire 2023 first. That's good general advice. But yes, it's already started. It's already going in the article. So don't worry about it.
Christian wants to know, someone offered him DeAndre Swift for Javonte Williams and Dante Foreman. Which running back are you higher on?
Swift. I'm higher on Swift.
It's not enough for me to tear down.
I'll take Swift. They're in the same tier for me, but still not enough. I'll take Swift.
Yeah, I'll take Swift.
Yep.
FF Lefty is a Lions fan. I hope they take it slow with JMO. They traded up to get their guy. And if you saw the War Room footage, how psyched they were to get him, they have big plans for him. Not worried. Yeah, I'm a little worried with the reports of him being behind and not taking it seriously.
Make a confession here. I think my initial rank of Jameson Williams was just a misrank. I like my rank now. I think this is what the rank always should have been. I don't think it should have changed. But I think that I just misranked it before and then moved him down because that's always what I say. If you make a mistake, and then you want to change your mind later, change it. Change it. The dumbest thing, these are the bad analysts, the ones who, aren't popular, don't have shows like this or whatever, are the ones who just die on the hill because they made a take and then they just stick with it. Well, this was my brand, I have to stick with it, the end. And those people don't end up doing very well. If you think you made a mistake, like my initial rank of Jameson Williams, I think overall was way too high. And I made a mistake. And now I feel later, I'm looking at it, in August, not much has changed, but I didn't like that rank. I just moved him down. I made a mistake. Don't double down on it later. That's just making a second mistake. So there's nothing wrong with that. And that's the biggest thing I say I would learn from this and rookie season is there's other players I think I ranked in the wrong direction in a different way. I would say, Isaiah Spiller, I would say I had too low for sure. I didn't think that one through. Maybe as I should have. There's a couple other ones where I feel like I've maybe made a mistake. Not that things have changed, just kind of, again, didn't think it through. So yeah, just always be willing to change your rankings and, don't stick to a rank just because you made it in the past.
I hope
that didn't really answer the question, but soapbox.
I hope their big plans for JMO include a new quarterback because he is not a fit with Jared Goff. I will tell you that right now.
It will.
Yep. Really, truth there. To be honest, I don't know if Tomlin wants his team without going into the year with a wide receiver one. He's one of the few coaches that sticks with his word and past actions.
No. The Steelers play hardball. They're going to Deontay Johnson. You cannot hold out under the new CBA. You can't. So.
Yeah, Deontay's going to play.
He has to. He has no choice. And the Steelers are going to play hardball. And he's going to end up playing this year. And then we'll see what happens after the year. They can franchise him. They can let him walk. Or they can re-sign him at that stage. Or during the season if it's going well. But no, they're going to play hardball. I do not expect Deontay Johnson to be extended before the season. I think they're fine letting Deontay Johnson walk if the price does not meet what they want. And they're not willing to risk extending him in advance. So they're okay with losing him. Mm-hmm. If they're bad, I think Deontay Johnson is someone who'll be shipped out at the trade deadline. If they're bad. I'm not saying I'm not saying I predict them to be bad. I'm not saying I project the Steelers to be bad. But if they are bad, if they start 0-5, I think Deontay Johnson could be out the door. I do not think Deontay Johnson plays 2023 for the Steelers as well. I don't. If he's franchise tag, I think it's franchise tag to trade, not to remain.
I do think a lot of times though, this stuff sounds so bad initially, and then it gets cleared up, and everybody hugs, and Deebo Samuel signed his extension, and it's we forget that there was ever a problem.
It depends on the situation. Like with DK Metcalf, I never really believed that it wasn't going to work out, but with this one, the Steelers' past actions show that they are going to play hardball. It's only going to happen. Deontay Johnson is not getting the money that DK, AJ Brown, and Deebo got or anywhere near it, period. He either takes what the Steelers are willing to offer or he doesn't. But it's not going to be anywhere near those guys.
So little update here. Clyde made me realize that I did not include Superflex when I first did the trade and the trade analyzer. It does still lean towards the player side, but not quite as much as initially thought.
Interesting.
Appreciate that, Clyde. James Holstein says 102, Drake London or J.K. Dobbins. Be getting 102. What do you think?
Oh, London for sure. I don't want J.K. Dobbins.
I'd probably take London too.
I'd rather have London, Wilson, Walker, and Burks all over Dobbins. I don't want Dobbins at all.
Austin traded Schultz for 201, which became Pickens since I already have Andrews in a non-side and premium.
Fine with that. I'd rather have Pickens.
Yep. I like that. All my Dynasty leagues are 1 QB. I've never played Superflex Dynasty, only redraft back in 2004, 2009.
Yeah.
I love it.
Play some more.
No, stay in the 1 QB, Henry.
Oh.
Stay in the 1 QB.
Stay strong, Henry.
Are you a 1 QB person?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I like I like playing in different leagues. Honestly, I've kind of got to the point though with one QB where I don't know. I don't like as much as Superflex.
I hate one QB. I think it's disgusting. I wouldn't play any more one. I will not join a new one QB league. Redraft, sure, because I like streaming quarterbacks in redraft. I like how that plays, but for Dynasty, no, only Superflex for me.
Is Deshaun Watson worth 2 first in a 10-team Superflex? A 10-team does change the value.
No, I'd rather have the first.
I'd rather have Watson.
Yeah, actually, a guy in my PPR Dynasty took Rachaad White at 9. Do I pounce on Cook at Zeus at 17?
Cook or
Zeus is Zamir White.
Zamir, yeah.
Oh,
Cook.
I'd rather have Cook over. I'd rather have Cook over White.
This is like if Cook
what
fell
happened?
to 17, then
What happened?
Something's not right here. Yeah,
I would like him at 17. I do not like him at 6, 7, 8, 9, where he's been going in my leagues. But
yeah, I'll take Cook. I don't want Zeus at 17. I'd rather have someone else. I don't like Zeus at all.
There's so much in this one sentence. It's throwing me off.
Let's maybe rephrase. Can you rephrase this? I'm a little confused.
Just say, would you rather have James Cook or Zamir White? That would have been totally fine. I still would have been like, what the heck? But
yeah, Cook, White, and then Zeus is Cook, then Rachaad White, and Zeus
so
is
much
way
farther.
Way down. Yeah, way down. Next.
King Henry and Fournette for ETN and Gainwell.
Oh man. I mean,
give me the production.
Yeah, I'll take Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Henry and Fournette are worth more, but I do have a bad feeling that in a year you're not gonna like that side. You're gonna like the other side a lot more. Travis Etienne is a standout at camp.
You might really like that side if you have a championship round.
Yeah, no, the side's worth more. I mean, I have Henry ranked higher than Etienne in Dynasty. So
let's see. We already did this one.
That one.
Just accepted 2 first for Watson and felt good about it, says Ed.
You know, and I'll say it again. If you, and I didn't really say this earlier, if we said it in another video, if you don't want to draft or roster or trade for or have Deshaun Watson on your team, this is a good time to get rid of him, by the way. If you've had him the whole time, you want to get rid of him, now is the opportunity. If you don't want him, then you don't have to have him. At the end of the day, I don't think most people watching this show are high stakes Dynasty players. I think most people watching this show do this for fun. This is a hobby. This show is part of their hobby. This is adding to your enjoyment of fantasy football, the hobby, which is fun. If having Deshaun Watson on your team is not fun for you, then you don't have to. No one is making you. And, you know, you should have play the strategy or have the players that make you happy. At the end of the day, it's a hobby, right? Like, if it doesn't make you happy, why do it?
I think
Amen.
I would rather have. Yeah. I think Watson will outperform the value of the 2 first.
It was also a 10 team, which made me more likely to take the 2 first. If it was a 12 team, I probably would have stuck with Watson.
Christian, 12 team Superflex PPR.
We did this Swift for Javonte and Foreman. I just asked the questions once. We will get to all of them.
Chayton Human just finished a Dynasty Superflex draft, ended with Pat Mahomes, Sean Watson, Tom Brady, and Davis Mills as quarterbacks. What moves should I make?
I mean,
hard to say just based on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm assuming you're a contender, right? Like you have to be a contender.
Well, you have Brady, yeah.
Tom Brady.
So
if you don't think you're actually a contender, sell Brady.
Yeah, well, that's
if you
true. And Mills too.
Your draft.
Mills too, because Mills is not going to be a starter after this year. There's so many quarterbacks in the 23 class. Mills is.
He's Gardner Minshew.
He's going to play them their way out of it.
Kind of, yeah. Gardner Minshew's it. Not in play style, but in terms of talent level.
Deshaun Watson or CD Lamb in a 12-team Superflex, 6 point per QB TD.
I will take Lamb.
Yeah. Watson, but it's close. It's not.
Watson's a top 5 quarterback for me now.
Oh, no, not for me.
I'd rather have him than Burrow.
Yeah, no.
Bateman plus London or Amon St. Brown plus Burks plus a 23 second.
Burks
Take Bateman and London.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty easily. I'd rather have London over. I'd rather have London over Burks. I'd rather have Bateman over Amon-Ra, but both of those pretty easily. And then the 23 second, I don't think it covers the differences for me.
I think I agree with Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh,
if it were if I had 23 seconds to cover each difference, then I would go back to that side. But with only one, I'll take the Bateman and London.
I feel like Bateman and London, their values are so locked in. I feel like they would have to really fall.
Burks is vulnerable.
So flat.
Amon-Ra to me is more safe.
Oh, I think well, from a production standpoint, maybe, but I think
he's more.
Amon-Ra has like 2 bad weeks.
More,
and people are going to be trading him for a third.
I don't think that last year's upside was real, and the type of player that Amon-Ra is more of a like lower end producer.
I think he's Jarvis Landry,
but I don't think Amon-Ra is going to vanish. Treylon Burks, though, bust risk is very high.
Let's see.
London is a lot safer than Burks.
Yes, the London manager. This is a follow up to the London or DK.
Well, I don't agree.
DK only went 5 spots ahead of London in our startup.
I disagree with that. I disagree.
Startup values, where you took your player means nothing. After.
Yeah, I don't have them 5 spots apart, so I disagree.
Yeah, that means nothing.
The people want more Hamler.
No, they don't.
Yes, we do.
Bring the Hamler.
What the people want is to hear me be mean. Apparently, that's what I've heard. That's what the people want.
Alec says JT for DJ Moore. Ooh, this is a good one. DJ Moore, Cortland Sutton, Miles Sanders, and Sky Moore for JT.
Yeah, I'll take Jonathan Taylor. Not unreasonable, but I'll take Jonathan Taylor.
If Miles Sanders was a better running back, I'd do it.
Yeah, if Miles Sanders were David Montgomery, I would consider the other side.
There you go.
But he's not. It's not. Miles Sanders, he said, don't draft me. Don't draft me. And I suggest the people listen to Miles on this one. Finally, something useful came from Miles Sanders. He gave you the advice you needed to hear. Don't draft him. He said it himself. Don't draft him.
Instead of Miles Sanders, what if it was?
Actually, I just remember this. Where did Miles Sanders go to college?
He's the one guy. The one guy I'm off of.
Yeah, I must have forgotten. Did he go to some school that Addison went to? Potentially. I don't know.
But how do you feel about him?
I don't like Miles Sanders.
Oh, we watched your video. We saw what it said. You had a video saying that you were. See, actually watch your video. See, I'm prepared.
Done with it.
Well, I mean, if they're good enough for me to watch them, I think everyone should watch them. That's what I think the takeaway from that should be. But you were totally out on Miles Sanders, and I completely agree with you.
If you replace Miles Sanders with Elijah Mitchell,
that would be a big improvement.
I love it.
How is Elijah Mitchell going behind? No, I'm sorry. Oh, he actually is going ahead. Sorry. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing.
I would rather David Montgomery though.
How about Josh Jacobs?
No. That's not good enough.
Would you do the deal?
No. I think I need at least. I think David Montgomery is what I need.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
No. But I do have Clyde Edwards-Helaire ranked ahead of Miles Sanders now.
Wow.
Yeah, Miles Sanders was moved down 15 spots in my latest ranking update. He said, don't draft him, so I'm not going to draft him. I'm going to listen to his advice.
I think that was his way of trying to say, give me the ball, Philly.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, in the first day of camp, he started running with the twos. Miles Sanders, and the people say, oh, it was just one day. He had never run with the twos in any of 2020 or 2021 training camp. And this time he already had more carries with the twos on day one than he did in the last 2 years.
Kenneth
so the people know.
Cat Zero, which running back do you think would be easier to flip, CEH or Damian Harris?
Well, it's not Damian Harris, so it's CEH.
No one
Damian Harris. Well, Damian Harris is losing his job day by day. He's losing his job.
I don't want either one of these guys.
CEH is easier to flip because there's a universe in which CEH is viable.
I think if you have
No
either one of
universe
these on your
Damian Harris.
roster, you just have to plan on playing them. Like they're just your guy.
No, you can't play Damian Harris. How can you do that? Ramondre Stevenson is taking that job. Hey, that's happening.
I mean, that's what everybody said last year too.
No, nobody said that last year. Ramondre Stevenson was a rookie. Nobody said that. I certainly didn't say that.
last year.
Well, don't count me among them. Last year,
like
Damian Harris was a clear starter. But not this time. Not this time. Ramondre Stevenson is their starter.
I think it's
majority of
CH.
touches.
Yeah, CH is probably easier to flip because nobody also likes Ronald Jones. So CH has to be the guy.
I guess
Eric
so.
with an update on Baby Ask DLF. To answer Cal's question, Baby is going on week 7. Had a few nights where he skipped his nighttime feeding, but regressed a little bit since then. They say routine is the enemy, but not for babies. Yeah. Love it. Find a Chief or Patriots fan, that's your answer. Yeah, I think that's if you got somebody in your league that fits in that category, maybe go that way. Jaden Sharp, first time starting a tiered PPR league with a tight end having a 1.5 PPR in leagues you have been in. Is flex open to tight end as well, or just running back on wide receiver? Looking at point difference, starting 2 tight ends seems viable. Most leagues I play in have the flex open 2 tight ends as well.
It should be. Yeah, it should be.
It should be.
No, I think what he's asking is, would you flex a tight end in a tight end at 1.5?
It's not what he's asking.
I think
it's a two-part question.
But it is viable sometimes. But no, he's asking if it's if flex is open to tight end. He almost always is.
Yeah, I drafted Kelsey and Kittle in a 14-team super flex league that's got a flex spot. So yes, I think it is viable.
It is if you have the right tight ends, not if you have.
Well, that's always
Dalton Schultz and Hunter Henry. So
I'm gonna go trade for Hunter Henry.
He's all yours.
Me and Peter.
His 50 targets over 17 games are all yours. 50
receptions. Tyler, receptions.
I'm getting old.
Damon, Javonte Williams, and Allen Robinson, or AJ Brown in the 106.
AJ Brown in the 106.
Yep,
easily.
Oh, easily. God bless you. So 106 is who? I guess. Are you taking AJ Brown over Javonte?
No, I have Javonte higher.
But the 106 is pretty easily over
Jameson Williams. So yeah,
right.
Especially if you somehow get Garrett Wilson.
Wow, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Well, if Kenneth Walker goes up high.
Kenneth Walker's been dropping, but either way, I don't want A-Rob, so I'll take the AJ Brown side.
Zane, 14 teams to reflect. What caliber of running back would you target if trading away a 23 first? Same question with Zach Wilson. Thank you.
I'd really rather not. I mean, I'm not trading Zach. I'm not going to trade Zach Wilson for a running back in a 14-team super flex. As for a 23 first, I mean, there really isn't a running back. I mean, a 14-team league.
I would be targeting one in November that I think could win me the championship. I don't do this now.
I'm not doing it now either.
That's the answer. It's got to be a top 10 guy.
Yeah. Austin Eckler.
And it can't be, I'm going to tell you right now, Zane, it can't be, this running back is doing really, really well right now. And he's 27 years old and I just got to go get him. I'm going to trade my 23 first for him. Yeah. It can't be James Conner or Fournette or whoever this year's Fournette and Conner is. It's got to be at minimum, an Austin Eckler or Dalvin Cook.
Well, I said Austin Eckler.
There you go.
If you're going to do it right now, would you? I mean, you could get Dalvin Cook, I'm sure, for that, probably, right? In the right league.
Yeah, but
that's the one that I would peg as most likely league winning type right now.
Yeah,
in that range.
Yep.
But I wouldn't do it now.
Don't do it now.
Same question with Zach Wilson.
The running back I would need is not a running back we're gonna get.
It's a 14-team super flex. That's so hard to move a quarterback.
So
it really
Javonte Williams.
If Zach Wilson is your QB3, there's half of your league that doesn't have a QB3.
Yeah, Javonte Williams then.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I need. So that's not going to happen. So, yeah.
Brees Hall.
Wow. Yeah, sure. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's probably because Zach Wilson, if he was a rookie this year, probably in Superflex drafts goes 1-on-1.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nah.
Maybe.
In a 14-team league like that?
On a 14-team league,
Probably.
Maybe.
Probably.
It's close between him and Hall.
Eric, a few deals that were being pondered by my other league mates, 12-team Superflex, Gibson and Waddle for DJ Moore and Travis Etienne. I'll take Waddle.
No. I'll take Moore and
I'll
Etienne.
take DJ Moore.
Yeah, Moore and Etienne for sure.
I don't
I'm
want
always
I don't
gonna
want
lean Waddle.
Gibson. Yeah, no.
Justin Jefferson, Damian Harris, Donovan Peoples-Jones for 23 first, Dotson, Mooney, Eckler 24 third.
It's a lot to pay, but
Jefferson.
I want Jefferson.
I want Jefferson too. It's a lot though.
I don't know, like Baker and DJ Moore are not inspiring for me.
I hear you, but I want Etienne so much more than Gibson.
Baker's the best quarterback DJ Moore's ever played with.
True. And he's been pretty productive otherwise.
How'd that work out for Allen Robinson last year with the best quarterback he'd ever played with?
Well, Allen Robinson looked
Not
lavish
well.
last year.
Ed
Did
Franz
Allen Robinson go to
league.
college?
I've played in a league only once that had roster limits. Never again. Yeah.
Leave that league.
Taco Tuesday says P to the R. Great to see you three. Who's the better chance to hit their ceiling this year, Aaron Jones or Saquon?
You're killing me.
Aaron Jones.
Saquon for sure. All Saquon has to do is turn back the clock. Aaron Jones can't do it without an injury to Dylan. So that's Saquon.
What do you think about his split without Devontae Adams though?
I don't think much of it.
He's like a superstar.
Yeah, I think that he's gonna see such a low rushing share though that if he doesn't get goal line, I'm scared. Aaron Jones's floor is really low, and his ceiling I don't think is that high.
I think there's a world where Aaron Jones and Saquon's receiving output is pretty similar, but Saquon gets like 100 more carries. Maybe
Aaron
not.
Jones is also not the receiver that people think he is and never has been. But that's just
he has been with Adams out.
Okay, but that's just tiny sample size, and it must not have been that good because Aaron Jones has never had 500 receiving yards in any season, so there were not multiple outbursts.
North Sports Dynasty. Who's the first handcuff drafted in a Dynasty startup? I'll say Javonte Williams.
All right, it's a more serious answer.
It's actually AJ Dillon.
It's
Tony Pollard.
Well, AJ Dillon's not a handcuff. I'd say it's Tony Pollard.
Right.
I think you'll
Pollard,
be able to. I think you'll
wouldn't
legitimately be
classify
able to
Pollard as a
play AJ Dillon this year. I still don't think you're going to be able to play Tony Pollard with Ezekiel Elliott healthy.
I agree, but people don't think that. So a lot of people, I think, wouldn't consider Pollard a handcuff. If we're talking
in the same way, I don't
this
think
guy
Kareem
is
Hunt would be.
purely, yeah. He's not a handcuff either. He's like an RB2 actually. I think Madison is the first one. The first like pure guy who has zero value when the starter is healthy. But when the starter is down.
Actually,
Ken Walker? Would you take Ken Walker?
I don't know if he's not handcuffed. I think Isaiah Spiller is actually currently the backup that I have, I suppose, ranked the highest.
Over Madison?
Oh, significantly. In a Dynasty startup, yeah.
Yeah, Spiller also, too, kind of has a little bit of Pollardness in him where
a little.
I might want to flex him if I need to. It's Madison.
I mean, yeah.
It has to be Madison.
Michael Carter is in there for me, some ways above Madison.
Khalil Herbert?
Also above Madison. I just think Madison is not good. And has
Darrell Henderson?
Darrell Henderson I have lower. I don't.
That's a good one.
I'd rather have Madison. I just think Madison has actually shown me a little bit more than Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson, I think, is just awful. They find any excuse not to give him carries. Like we know that they think Darrell Henderson is bad. They find any excuse to get him off the field.
Sean McVay said today that he thinks he has two.
He can say anything he likes, but we know he can say whatever he wants, but we know what he's done. Whereas with Alexander Madison, all we know is that the Vikings are sure that he's not better than Dalvin Cook. which is or better at anything than Dalvin Cook, which is not doesn't tell me anything. So we know that Darrell Henderson is bad.
For my Scott Fishbowl team, I hope the right answer that we look back and say it should have been Darrell Williams.
Oh, I mean, I don't.
He
hate
came to
him.
mind, but
he's a little older.
People also don't think he's the backup.
He's a little older.
Eno Benjamin season. It's Keontae Ingram season.
Yeah, I saw Sigmund Bloom said Eno was the guy.
Yeah, he's not.
I don't know. I would like that just from a standpoint of I loved Eno coming out.
Tyrion Davis-Price is relatively high. Oh, James Robinson too.
Oh,
the starter?
No, in terms of backups, like backups that I like.
Jesus. Dameon Pierce? Haha.
Dameon Pierce is not really a backup. I think Dameon Pierce is being ranked as a starter.
Richard Kane, 10 team, Superflex, start 10, Chase Claypool, and a 24-second, or Antonio Gibson.
Oh, I want the Claypool
Gibson.
side for the second.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do that. Yeah. The 24-second.
I can feel you getting all the way back in on Claypool now, Tyler. You were all in last year. I can feel you going back in.
No, you're feeling incorrectly. Claypool has been moving down my rankings, not up. So no. I'll take Gibson because it's a 24-second.
People are going to talk themselves into Claypool because Deontay is going to be walking until the Steelers draft.
Well, Deontay is not walking right now, and I'm not focused on anything could change next offseason, but he's not walking now.
That's what I mean. People are going to be like, well, Deontay's going to walk, so Claypool is going to be the wide receiver 1 on this team.
Right, but
at least the wide receiver 1B until the Steelers draft the wide receiver.
Just because people are going to do that doesn't mean that I have to.
No, that's what I'm saying is you're going to hear that.
But I think the people
don't listen.
Right. The people who listen to this show know better. They know better than that. They know better than to project certainty in an off season that's like months from now. Anything could happen.
Don't buy in.
But no, I'm not buying in on Chase Claypool.
Shots fired at Brevin Jordan here.
Yeah, he is not very athletic. That's actually very true. FF Lefty is correct about that.
Let's see. That's why you want to be the slowest drafter. Let it sit on your pick and give people time to think about all the players they want. Well, it's your turn to pick.
I mean, it's a strategy. Not the strategy I prefer.
Actually, so like you may risk being the most hated person in your league, but it really does work. Like sometimes it really does.
Especially if you're on the turn.
Yeah. CXK, give Rondale Moore. Receive Isaiah Spiller and Khalil Shakir.
I'd rather have Spiller over Moore, so Spiller and Shakir.
I completely agree.
Shakir seems like he's going to be nothing, though. Shakir doesn't seem like he's it. Because
he's also getting camp height.
Well, not as much as Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah. No, I like
Isaiah McKenzie is running ahead of Khalil Shakir.
Give me...
I want Spiller. I just want Spiller, and I'll see.
It doesn't matter. I'd rather have Spiller over Moore, so I'll take Spiller.
Rondale Moore.
No,
I don't know.
Rondale Moore's rookie season was so bad that I'm starting to buy back in a little bit just because he's having the opportunity, but not overly so. Isaiah Spiller, his camp hype is unanimous.
Addison, I don't know that you can be an analytics person and not pick Moore here.
You might have to turn your card in. An analytics person would look at Moore's vomit-worthy, horrible rookie season and look at the statistical hit profile of those who drop as much in ADP from year 1 to year 2 as he did and say that the bucket of players that succeeded after that profile is non-existent, more or less, with DJ Chark essentially being the only one. That's what an analytics person would tell
wide
you.
Receivers.
I don't care.
They fall where?
No, it's that I'd rather have Spiller over Moore at all. That's all it is.
That's the crux of
I'd rather have Spiller over Moore.
I don't want Jalen Reagor.
Like I said, Rondale Moore's comps are Jalen Reagor, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. You know, these are these are players who lost that kind of value. That's what you're buying.
Plus the upside here, if Austin Eckler gets hurt, Isaiah Spiller's a top.
That's true. The upside is far more. Well, it's far more with Isaiah Spiller. He really has been good in camp. He's someone where his camp performance has kind of changed my mind.
which is
He's a
weird
good
because
player.
it's almost like he was good in college. And,
Yeah.
it's
Well, he was so slow. That was the problem. The 40-yard dash is still going on.
It doesn't matter if he's slow. He had 3,000 yards, rushing yards in college. This is the whole like David Bell thing. Why people hate David Bell too. Dude was the most productive rookie wide receiver in last year's
Amon-Ra
class.
St. Brown, right? I mean, they were calling him unathletic last year.
Well, he was a draft
Landry. Gray area all year. I asked questions. I blew my team up. I acquired Jefferson and Higgins, drafted Walker, Burks, London, Sky, Garrett, Spiller, White, Robinson, McBride.
Good job.
You guys gave me some good trade ideas, and I'm getting closer to competing in my 14-team 1QB dynasty. Bravo.
Well, I'm happy I was able to. Well, we were able to help.
Let's go.
Mostly me. I'm glad I was mostly the one responsible for that.
Mostly Cal. Cal was very responsible for getting the best out of me, so I really appreciate him for that.
You're welcome, Gray area. Cecil Fielder, my favorite 90s.
Cecil Fielder. I know who that is. He was a baseball player.
Yeah.
Is that like Prince
Fielder?
Right?
It's his dad.
Oh,
who was like, I don't think he's not a Hall of Famer, but he was somebody I liked a lot.
He was a very good player.
Absolutely, he was a very good player.
Yeah, I know. He played for the Yankees.
He played for the Tigers. Did he play for the Yankees too?
Yeah, he was on the Yankees 96 World Series team.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's got a ring. Do we answer his question?
Oh,
I think we just looked at his name.
Okay.
Cecil Fielder never change.
In a 12-team Superflex starts in PPR, Hunter Renfrow or Curtis Samuel in a 23 second.
I'll take the 23 second, I guess. I don't really want Hunter Renfrow.
I think I'd take Hunter Renfrow. If that second is really late, then I'd rather have Hunter Renfrow.
He sure did play for the
Curtis Samuel is a roster clogger.
Yeah, probably.
I need to do a video on that. I keep forgetting. I have that written down to do a roster clogger video, and this is giving me inspiration.
So you should do it.
Curtis Samuel, number one.
Yes, I would. Yeah. 3-time All-Star, 96 World Series winner, 319 home run.
I feel so bad.
You're welcome.
My number one roster clogger was Tim Patrick. Now I feel bad. I was mean to him.
Oldak, 10-team Superflex. Do you still take the QBs at the top of the board, even though only 10 teams? Or do you consider Chase, JJ, Taylor before the top QBs? Kyler or Chase and Jefferson in this format?
Okay. So the way my board breaks down in this is I still have Allen at 1. And then I'll go for Mahomes and Herbert. Then I'll move to the other positions. So I'll go Taylor, Chase, and Jefferson. And then I'll go back to Kyler, Lamar, and then maybe I could put in some other players before Burrow. Something like that. Okay. There's my answer. There's my answer.
Sorry, I'm distracted. Go ahead. Forward.
Nicholas, our Henry conversation was worthless. He got picked right before that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Somebody took.
There you go. You dodged a bullet, Nick.
That means like he was so good you didn't even have a chance to draft him. Just take it before. Damon has the 1-3 in a home league. Who should he be targeting there if CMC and Henry are the first 2 picks? Wow.
What?
Wow.
In redraft, then take Taylor. I
Justin
don't know
Jefferson.
what this could be though.
Is Taylor?
Taylor in redraft. I mean, this has to be redraft, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. Next.
I'll take
Jonathan
Jefferson.
Taylor. In redraft?
0 RB.
Cook at 10 and Zeus at 7. Okay, I got you. No, I would not take
Got
Cook at
it.
10.
All right. Yeah. Cook at 10 is okay.
Take Pickens instead. 12-team Superflex, tight end premium, start 10, Lawrence and Tyler Boyd, or Ken Walker and Garrett Wilson.
I take
Lawrence, the quarterback.
Lawrence still.
Ronald Jones or KJ Osborne.
Ronald Jones.
I mean, with Irv Smith's injury, KJ Osborne is a little bit more intriguing, but I'll still go with Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones.
Closer than
KJ Osborne. Is there a way to do like a reverse search on like when I mentioned KJ Osborne first this offseason? Because I definitely
unfortunately that function
do that.
Unfortunately, that function is currently unavailable, but I'll take a message.
Okay. Nick Lester earlier this offseason traded Amon St. Brown and Connor for picks after a series of trades. The pieces turned into Amon St. Brown, Connor, and a 23 third for Garrett Wilson, Damian Pierce, Jahan Dotson, and 23 second. How did I do?
A+.
What?
Yes. Your reaction is great. A+. That's my answer.
Oh my gosh.
A+.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but that's impressive. Keep doing that.
Detroit Beastie, what's up, dude?
Beastie, bruh.
Chris, a long time. What's up? Sky Moore or Alec Pierce?
Sky Moore.
Come on, man.
Says the.
Come on, Chris. This is your one question. Sky Moore.
How has Alec Pierce been
Love
doing?
you, Chris.
All I hear about is
Paris Campbell.
Yeah.
I don't love Paris Campbell, but
roster clogger Paris Campbell.
Sky Moore.
What value in picks would you give to upgrade from Wentz to Dak?
Multiple.
Wentz is irrelevant. So in this trade, so whatever Dak costs. Yeah, Dak costs more than 2 firsts in Superflex. So
exactly, which is where
would you pay 3? Would you pay 3 for Dak?
That's why I think 2 and a Carson Wentz should be good enough.
2 and Carson Wentz is not getting it for me.
Yeah, whatever you would normally pay for Dak, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere between 2 and 3 firsts.
Although in Superflex, I did trade. I traded Wentz for Mike Evans at one point this year.
Oh, great job!
Pretty excited about that. Yeah,
Evans will actually produce. Wentz will be out of the league,
but he'll only produce until about age like 29 or 30. So
yeah, well, 29 is coming up soon. The people agreed with me.
Even though he's basically Kyle Rudolph at this point. Just go up and get the ball. Yeah,
the people were on my side for the record. But I am the man of the people.
12-team Superflex, start 9 PPR, Sutton, or a mid to late 23 first.
23 first easily.
First.
Yeah. 1 QB, half PPR, Deshaun Watson and TJ Hawkinson, or Terry McLaurin.
I mean, Terry McLaurin, I guess.
Ooh.
Terry McLaurin, I guess.
In a 1 QB, yeah.
I think I'd take Watson and Hawkinson. McLaurin is semi-replaceable at wide receiver, and you're getting 2 onesie positions that you can start every week.
I'll take
I think I'll take Watson.
Take McLaurin.
McLaurin's the wide receiver 2 in Washington, so I don't really want him.
No. Never will be.
Behind Dotson?
Exactly.
Okay. Wow, we're getting spammed. Uh-oh. Chris Danley have Ken Walker the third and Ramondre approached by the Damian Harris owner to trade Stevenson for Penny straight up. Thoughts? My other running backs are Javonte, Saquon, and Etienne.
No. Stevenson for sure.
See, the positive thing here is you have the 2 running backs that are the best running backs in each backfield. And your lineup's ceiling is going to be a lot better with Stevenson and Kenneth Walker than Stevenson and Penny.
But for the purposes of the trade, Stevenson is worth more. Keep Stevenson.
Amen.
Just for fun, for Addison's sake, I wanted to look up from week 3 on last year. Would you like to guess where TJ Hawkinson finished in tight end?
Oh, no. It's tight end 14, I think.
21.
Oh, it's even worse.
Oh, man.
Behind Evan Ingram.
Let me tell you how many victory laps I did for the first 2 weeks.
So many.
That sounds like Addison taking a premature victory lap.
And
Dude,
I was
the first
like,
2
yeah,
weeks,
you were
he was
right.
like 8 for 80 and 1.
Addison,
Yeah.
I was like,
Addison, I think you're gonna like this. As we start to do more shows together, I'm gonna be harder and harder on you.
that's all right. It keeps me iron sharpens iron, Keeps me.
Fantasy Condo, please rank in a half PPR. Julius Chestnut, Jayshawn Corbin, Kylan Hill, Kene Nwangu, or Treston Ebner.
Okay. I have Ebner first. Then next, he's in here somewhere. Chestnut comes next. These really real people. Corbin, no. Wangu comes then after Chestnut. Then Corbin comes next, and then Kylan Hill I don't have ranked at all, even though he called me out on Twitter for not liking him.
Did he really?
Yeah, and then he deleted it when I was like, he was like, you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, well, I really wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a great season, and go out there and prove me wrong. And then he felt bad and deleted his original tweet.
I like.
He's not going to prove me wrong though.
These are just lotto tickets, and if
these players are all worthless.
And you can, if you can ever sell them for a third, you do it.
Oh yeah, Treston Ebner is getting a little bit of hype, I guess, but not really.
I don't want any of these guys. I would rather just have an empty roster spot to wait.
No, Julius Chestnut is actually is somewhat interesting as well.
I don't care at all.
Well, I think you should care.
No.
Turning the bottom of your roster can really help.
I mean, I do that, but I just don't do that with any of these guys.
Yeah, well.
12 teams, Superflex, PPR, Ramondre, or Kareem Hunt?
Kareem Hunt.
I will. Who do I have ranked higher?
It gets closer and closer, but I still want Kareem Hunt.
I'll take Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
Oh, Nicholas decided to not make a decision and trade back, gave 15-6 and 18-7 and got 15-11, 17-6.
24 third side.
Yeah, I like that. Good job.
Darren Johnson, 12 teams, Superflex, half PPR, tight end, Pitts and Ayuk, or Swift and Goddard.
Pitts and Ayuk.
Pitts.
Agreed.
Hey. Hi.
What's up, William?
David Shank, Cole Turner. That went way better than I thought. That was great. You guys did great. David Shank, Cole Turner has been getting some buzzes. Top target in red zone drills early in camp. Think he can carve out a role in Washington? Cole Turner.
I'm gonna say no, but I don't mind having a roster spot on him. But
I'd rather pick Cole Turner up over Chestnut and Ebner and everybody else.
I would rather. I would rather have Ebner, but not Chestnut.
This feels like Jacob Harris.
Yeah, except I haven't made the same mistake and ranked them high. So I ranked Jacob Harris a lot higher.
Is Aaron Rodgers the Packers quarterback in 2023? We've done this.
Yes.
Too many off seasons.
Yes. I just think it's interesting now what's going to happen with Jordan Love. Like, what is the rest of his career going to be?
Is next year his last year of his rookie deal?
Next year is the final year of the rookie deal, and then after this year they have to decide on the 5th-year option, which is fully guaranteed for like 20-something million that they're not going to exercise.
What a waste of a pick!
Pretty much, yeah. They lit a 1st-round pick on fire. I mean, I feel bad because I don't think Jordan Love was the worst prospect ever, and he never really got a chance throughout no fault of his own. So I feel a little bit bad for him. I mean, he's younger than Kenny Pickett is now.
Mm-hmm.
But oh well.
Dustin Ross, 12-team, half PPR, traded Gabe Davis and Gibson for Eckler. Team is a serious contender. What do you think?
You do what you have to do. I'll take Eckler.
I would do this if I was rebuilding.
I might not do that if I'm rebuilding. Well, no, you could just turn Eckler around. So
exactly, that's what I mean. Like, I would just do this if I was rebuilding too, and then just trade Eckler.
Fair enough.
Do it anytime. Also, Dustin's getting married on Friday.
Hey,
Any advice for your husband?
Yes.
Well,
that's a good word to
I mean,
know.
Yeah. We could give my advice. My advice would be don't. So,
Ooh. So many things.
Actually, I know what the people need. The people need Shane's advice on this question. We need to get Shane and see what he has to say. That's what I would do. Ask Shane.
I don't know what my advice would be.
My advice is don't. So don't ask me.
I mean, I've only been married it'll be 2 years in October. So I feel like we're still we haven't gotten into anything that's like hardcore or like a big fight or big argument or whatever, anything like that. So I feel like we haven't really been tested. But maybe that should, our whole dating relationship, we never had any argument, really anything like that either. So I don't know.
I would say, even though you're getting married, don't stop dating.
Ooh, that is a good one. That's important.
Oh, you mean dating each other? Oh,
each other. Yes.
That's not what I had in mind when you mentioned. I was like, oh, maybe Cal is very, very interesting proposal. But I didn't think that's what you meant. I am from New York City, so everything is possible out here.
That's a good one, Cal. I like that one.
It's good advice if you take it in the way that Cal meant it.
Right. But hilarious in the way that you said it.
In the way I thought about it, yeah.
Dalton Schultz or James Conner?
Interesting. I do have James Conner ranked higher if it's not premium, but in premium I have Schultz higher. So there you go. I guess that's my answer.
I really don't know.
I mean,
probably team dependent for me, honestly.
I think it's degree. They're close enough. Yeah, they're close enough. I mean, James Conner could give you high-end running back production, which is not hard. It was just hard to find.
But Schultz is an every week tight end starter, which is also hard.
But Schultz also doesn't have long-term security in the situation that's making him good.
Well, neither does James Conner.
Well, James Conner actually has a longer contract than Dalton Schultz.
Sure, but he's also going to be like 28.
Sure. I'm just saying, if Dalton Schultz signs with another team, I'm just not interested, period.
So maybe the answer is Conner, huh?
I think it is, yeah, for me. In non-premium, it's Conner. In premium, I'll take Schultz. But that's just off my ranks, I suppose.
I think it just depends on my team.
Yeah.
They're not that far off.
Ken Walker or a late 23 first?
Oh, in a 1 QB, I feel like if that's all I'm getting, I guess I could take Walker. Superflex, I'll just take the late 23 first, which is insane. Because I think in a Superflex, I would take any shot at a 23 first over anyone other than Breece Hall.
Yeah, I was going to say there might be 4 or 5 running backs that are better than Kenneth Walker in next year's class.
I don't think that's might, really.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on who actually ends up declaring.
I mean, Kenneth Walker was not a bad prospect, but he was not good.
No. I just think that, especially in Superflex, if you have 3 or 4 quarterbacks going at the top, and then you've got, Bijan, and then...
I mean, I'd say in your average class, Kenneth Walker would probably be somewhere, he'd be the RB3 or the RB4 in most classes. I don't think he'd be the RB2 in almost any class.
He probably would have been the RB4 in 2021, and he would have been the RB6 and 5 or 6 in 2020.
Yeah.
And in 2019, he probably would have been the 2 or 3, like he is here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would have...
18, he would have been like the 4.
Yeah. Well, 18 is a weird year. 18, I feel like, is a very weird one.
Well, I just know going into that, it would have been Saquon for sure. We would have had Geis ahead of him and Nick Chubb.
Yeah. But then Penny came up at the end.
Yeah, Penny got the first round draft capital. Yeah. So that's why I said 4.
But that was also before my time. 2019 is I started playing Dynasty. I did my first startup in May 2018. So I didn't really do a rookie process for 2018. So that's really before. I don't remember. 2019 is the first year where I would say I looked at the rookie class and like did stuff. And 2020 would be the first year I started creating content in like May or June of 2019. So then the 2019 class, though, I'd already been looking at for a bit. The 2020 class is the first one I did content on. So this was the third or fourth year of content, depending on how loosely you count that.
3,500 yards on 493 carries.
Doing content for a long time.
Walker?
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe it's been over 3 years.
Season at Michigan State.
College Dominator has him 99th percentile of, it was
it's not bad. I never said he was bad.
He's a very good player. I just think I would roll that dice.
Assuming it's super flex. Assuming it's super flex, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
If it's super flex, I would roll the dice and think that person is overvaluing how good his team is. And that first ends up potentially being 106, 107, if not.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. But in a 1 QB, I think I would just
in 1 QB.
It's gonna be late. I'll just take Walker.
Yeah, I'd rather the first. I mean, worst case scenario, you could use that first during the season.
Yeah, the scenario is not so bad. The scenario is not so bad.
Darren Johnson, Justin Fields, and pick 110 in a Debbie depleted rookie draft, or Mark Andrews in a 12-team Superflex tiered PPR format.
No, actually, I don't need it. It's Mark Andrews anyway. Well, if it's not tight end premium,
Superflex.
If it's not tight end premium, then
Fields.
Yeah, if it's not tight end premium, then then Fields and Andrews are almost identical. So I'll take the Field side. But if it is tight end premium, then I'll take Andrews pretty easily.
Add a pick to Justin Fields to get Mark Andrews.
It's tight end premium, sure, but it doesn't sound like it is.
I'd be curious to know who would be there at the 110. I'm trying to figure out.
PPR, so I think it is.
Well, it's Debbie. Well, then Debbie depleted, so it's not. Who knows how good it's going to be?
But, right, like it might actually end up being like Wandale or somebody like that. You know?
Again, if it doesn't matter. If it's tight end premium, I'm taking Andrews. If it's not tight end premium, then I'm taking the Field side. It doesn't matter exactly who's there.
I think I agree with that.
Appropriate pick value for Aaron Rodgers in Superflex. Early first, mid first, late first.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers falls into that gulf of players where between Breece Hall and the other rookies, so it doesn't work this way. If we're talking about 23 first, I will not.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, go ahead.
What happened?
Oh, Darren just clarified. It's a 2 tight end.
Then it's Andrews easily.
It's Andrews.
Yeah, then it's Andrews easily. I'll go for. I'm not going to pay any 2023 first for Aaron Rodgers. He's just too old for me. I'm not going to do that.
I traded Rodgers for a 23 first and second like 4 months ago.
And I won't pay any 23 first for Rodgers.
Yeah.
If you can't get a first now, don't trade him.
I agree with that. I agree with you. I would take for me, I think I would. I don't know if I had Mac Jones or Zach Wilson, would I take a 23 first for them? If it was gonna be very late, probably not. If it was more middling, maybe.
Whiskey Traveler 23 second for Pollard or Stevenson in full PPR.
I'll have to pass on that. Yeah,
just wait. Be patient with those picks right now. Unless you're gonna, you know what? If you're gonna use the picks to upgrade, like to level up somewhere, that's kind of what I would be looking to do with my seconds. Not this.
Yep.
Darren Johnson, tiered PPR. Yeah, we talked about this. Could I make the case that tight end premium pushes Andrews down if he's not going to get as many targets?
I mean,
he's kind of a tight end, a touchdown.
Cal, have you played in a 2 tight end PPR league before?
No, it's not 2 tight end.
It's a 2 PPR, 2 point PPR league for tight ends.
A lot.
That does a tremendous amount. Like it's actually unbelievable. Like people like Kelsey and Andrews and Kittle just like be dropping 40-point games on the regular.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to give up the quarterback, I guess. Especially like, I mean, he's a borderline QB1 by ADP now, isn't he?
For now.
Like, I think in preseason, he's going to have a highlight and all of a sudden he's going to be like QB7.
Did you see him miss N'Keal Harry in training camp? you see that clip?
Well, who do we blame for that?
Justin Fields. It was pretty bad. No,
I'll blame it on the McCaskey family. That's what I'm gonna do.
Kid Coop 8-man Superflex. Just had my rookie draft. How did I do? 102 Walker, 106 Wilson, 202 Pickens, 302 Pickett, 402 Bell.
What the?
How'd you get Bell at 402 is what I want.
Yeah, Bell at 402. I mean, even in an A team, that's 26.
How'd you get
overall.
Pickett?
That's still
How'd you
great.
get Pickett at 302?
302 is 18th
8-man.
overall. In an A team Superflex, that's actually not that crazy. A team Superflex is not much.
8 makes it a little different, yeah.
Wilson at 106 is great. Pickens at 202 is fine. That's 8th overall. That's okay.
10th overall.
10th, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, 10th.
Worst first round pick, Jordan Love or Kenny Pickett?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, because it's already 2 years of failure.
Alec Robinson area?
Don't understand.
Oh, is this the 110?
Alec Pierce, Wandale Robinson area. That's where his Debbie depleted 110 is.
Okay.
All right, we got it. We got there.
Oh, boy.
P. Cola Gator, trade Burrow for Lawrence and 223 first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
I don't even think Josh Allen is worth
Magic
Lawrence and 223 firsts.
And do a awesome bat flip, run around the stadium, tear an ACL.
Don't hurt yourself. But
Don't hurt yourself.
With that, I'm going to celebrate getting late 23 first and Melvin Gordon, James Robinson, 24 third and 25 third for Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like it.
Baker, Singletary, DJ Moore, or Metcalf in a 23 first.
Metcalf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, easily.
Jeez.
I
I can't get rid of Baker to save my life in the league.
I think I traded him somewhere for it was a second and a couple of thirds. That was it. That was the best thing.
Great job, Addison.
Hey, thank you.
Great job, Tyler.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, one more. Darren Johnson, Curtis Samuel, and Garrett Wilson, or Jerry Jeudy and Tyler Boyd.
Garrett Wilson. Yeah.
I take Judy and Boyd.
No, Judy has 2 years of failure. We don't want that. We don't want failure.
Judy and Wilson are fine. It's just Boyd, I know I can start.
Boyd is irrelevant. No, you can't start him.
I think I know I can start him much more than I can Curtis Samuel.
Sure. It's just that's so low down that I'll take Garrett Wilson, who I have way higher than Jerry Jeudy.
It might depend on who I can pick up when I drop Curtis Samuel.
Oh.
All right.
And with that, we're out. Thank you guys. Appreciate you being here with us, spending your Tuesday night with us. We're so excited. We're going to have real football that's going to happen before the next time we're on the mics again. So excited. All right.